Hi Modern Miss Huxtables. I'm coming to you today to elaborate on the #1 step that I had in my top 10 tips to grow long, healthy, natural hair. So what I want this video to focus on in general is all about vitamins. It's really important to me on my channel that when I give advice or share product reviews that my subscribers, that the people that watch and tune in and are looking to get information, think critically about what I say. I don't want to be, I guess, haphazardly promoting certain companies, or I say use this product to get my hair and then you get it without knowing why, or without having a deep understanding yourself about why I'm promoting it or think that it's good. I don't want to get on too much of a tangent, but I feel like sometimes people watch YouTube videos and they have hair envy, or they say I want to get hair like that, and they'll just go blindlessly get the products, whether they be things for the hair or vitamins or whatever, and they start taking it or using them without knowing why. And I feel like people can be easily duped. People can get frustrated or taken advantage of if they're doing things and they don't know why. So I've been taking vitamins for probably the past 2 or 3 years pretty seriously. I mean, every day with nonstop. I waited to start a YouTube channel. I waited to make this video until I had about 3 years of data collected on myself as the guinea pig to experiment. So these are things that I genuinely believe in, that I'm speaking from my own experience. It's not like I got these things in the mail. I've taken them for a couple weeks or a month or even 6 months. I've taken these for years, so I'm pretty educated in what I'm saying about them. Just want to give you a brief look at some of the vitamins that I've taken over the past 3 years. These range from fairly inexpensive to actually pretty expensive for vitamins. So I feel like I'm very educated in terms of being able to give you things at different price points and speak about the pros and cons of each of these types of vitamins. So the different ones that I've taken over the years, and I'll be making a video actually about each of these specific brands, the reviews, so that you know about the price points, know about the ingredients, know about the pros and cons for each of them individually. But I started out taking the Hair Affinity, which is really popular on YouTube. There's a lot of YouTubers that use them. There's a lot of people that talk about Hair Affinity already, but I'll be giving my review of Hair Affinity. Also, I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I'm not getting paid by any of these people. This is strictly I paid my own money for these, so they're honest reviews. I went from using that to trying the, I believe it's pronounced Phytophenier, which they carry in Sephora. They carry in high-end hair salons or beauty supply places. This is a pretty expensive hair supplement. I then tried Nioxin Intensive Therapy Recharging Complex. This one and Phyto, it's a little bit trickier to find reviews on YouTube. I remember when I started out with these, I didn't find as many as Hair Affinity. I think Hair Affinity pretty much dominates the YouTube world in terms of reviews, so I think I can add a little bit about these. Then I went towards using Maxi Hair, which I get at Whole Foods. This one's pretty affordable. It's about $24 or so a pack, but you get over a month's worth. So I've used those. Those are all supplements that have kind of a whole vitamin regimen for hair already in them. And then I've also used things such as vegetal silica, which I'll talk about, and MSM to also add on more to these particular supplements. So as you can see, and in the videos to come, you'll see I have 9 like empty bottles of Hair Affinity. I've used these for multiple months each. So that leads me into my first tip about vitamins. I see a lot of YouTubers make videos after, for instance, like just getting Hair Affinity. They've used it for 2 weeks and they're already making a video about a review of how they feel about it, which is cool. I'm not knocking that, but I genuinely think in my experience, for you to get a good idea of a brand of vitamins, you need to take it for at least 3 months. The reason why I say that is the hair is growing out of the hair shaft. If this is your scalp, you're waiting for the hair to grow up from the scalp slowly. It's going to come up slowly to form a new piece of hair that's growing out of the hair that's existing. And I really do feel like this process, it takes, you're going to have hopefully about a ½ inch a month of growth, but it takes 3 months for you to really get a good idea of, do I like this product? How do I feel about it? I don't think that you can take vitamins for 2 weeks and have a good assessment, or even a month and have a good assessment of if it's working for you. That being said, this might create a lot of controversy. People may not like it, but out of all these vitamin brands that I've taken, out of all the different regimens that I've done, I have never had more than ½ inch of growth in 1 month. And that's fairly average. That's normal. That's what's expected. And I get a little bit frustrated when I see other people's videos talking about, oh, I got 2 inches of growth in 1 month, or oh, I got 1.5 inches of growth. I'm not saying that they're not telling the truth or that they're lying, but I think it's deceptive, and people buy into that and think I got to get those vitamins because I can get 2 inches of growth in a month. And I'm here to say that I really think I've tried a lot of different vitamins, a lot of expensive ones to low end, and I can't say that like, oh, Fido is $50 a bottle, and I got hair, skin, and nails from Rite Aid, and this one was $5 a bottle, so I get the $50 one because you're gonna have 3 inches of growth in 1 month, as opposed to the $5 one where I didn't have any growth. No, I didn't see any ridiculous, miraculous miracles happen with things that I paid $50 for a bottle, as opposed to things that I paid $5 a bottle for. And I think it's unfortunate. I'm glad I'm not being promoted by anybody, or I'm, you know, sponsored by anybody, because I want people to trust what I'm saying and to get that I don't have, or I've never experienced more than 1/2 inch in 1 month. And also be critical when you watch people's YouTube videos. Think about it. If they're saying that they get 2 inches of growth in a month, then as far as I'm concerned, they should have pictures or videos or a slideshow or something with hair down to their butt. Like, if it's that simple to just get 2 inches of growth in a month, you should have pictures or proof of you constantly cutting your hair, because it's just so long. Everybody would have it if it was that simple. So unfortunately, patience really is key. You do have to be patient. You do have to wait. I'm not selling miracles. I do believe in vitamins for health and for good hair growth. But what I do think these vitamins are great for is they help to promote long, strong, healthy hair. Your hair has to grow slowly from the root, and what this is allowing is your hair follicles and the blood flow in the scalp to get all of the nutrients that it needs to promote good, strong, new growth. And this process is not something overnight. I've had friends ask me like, oh, well, if I start taking those vitamins, when can my hair get like yours? And that really kind of makes me cringe, because I can tell that they're wanting immediate gratification. They want to wake up next week and have hair that's really long, and that's genuinely not how it works. But I still am a firm believer in vitamins. So I want to go over a few general things about vitamins as well. First, vitamins can be very controversial for people promoting them, because the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration, who approves vitamins that you get like at the pharmacy, or things that are approved through medical research and data, vitamins and supplements do not go through that process. On any type of vitamin or supplement that you will buy, whether it's online through a company, whether it's at Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens, every vitamin will say on it, it'll have a box and says, this statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. By law, all vitamins and supplements have to have that type of statement on it. This says the same thing. They're not approved by the FDA. So what that means is that no research or data or studies have been done by medical professionals, by a government federal agency, to approve that these things work. Let's think about that. That means that there's been no critical clinical studies to prove that this says it is what it is, that this is being made by ethical standards, that it's going to do what it says it does. It doesn't. It says on the bottle it's not going to diagnose, treat, or cure anything. So you have to think about that. Is it a placebo? Like, what is it doing? Because it's not approved by the FDA. Now, I hear a lot of people say, well, if that's the case, then you should be getting all your vitamins and nutrients from your natural diet. You should just eat a well-balanced diet, and that will take care of everything. Everything in your body will function fine, and your hair will grow. Absolutely. There's no debate there at all. But how many people do you talk to, if you're being honest with yourself on a regular basis, and you say, when's the last time that you had a handful of carrots? When's the last time that you had an apple? When's the last time that you sat down and ate an orange? A lot of people live busy, hectic lifestyles in which they don't have the time to commit to eating a well-balanced diet. And I do firmly believe that vitamins and supplements help with that process. For example, one of my sisters, who's extremely healthy, eats really health conscious, is very active, recently was told that she has a vitamin D deficiency. She lives in Chicago. It's really, really cold. There's not a lot of exposure to light, and we're black. We need melanin. We need sunlight. And so she was actually suffering from a vitamin D deficiency and having certain medical problems because of that. So that just goes to show you, and I know what I'm saying is very controversial. I'm probably gonna get a lot of different comments, but I do believe that vitamins and supplements are needed in your diet. But all that goes to say that these things are not approved, I guess, by a clinical research team or something. So when you get things, this is why I'm saying I want you to think critically about, what does this say it has in it? What are the other things that are on it that can help me decide whether this is what it says it is? One thing that I do recommend is when you get most of the brands that they carry at Whole Foods will say things like gluten-free. They'll say that they're free from fillers. They'll say that they're certified vegetarian. As many stamps as you can get that say that it has certain certifications or certain ethical standards, that's the closest that you can get to kind of perfection in the supplement or vitamin world, since things aren't FDA approved. So think about that when you're getting your vitamins. When you order something like Hairfinity online, you're basically trusting that that company says it is what it is, and you don't know, are there a lot of fillers in this? Is there gluten? Are there things that are unnecessarily in this to create the whole pill that aren't really necessary? So you do kind of have to think about, if companies are just starting up online and selling a vitamin, what exactly is in the vitamin. I also want you guys to think about the difference between water-soluble and fat-soluble vitamins. And what that means is water-soluble vitamins have to be replaced in your body every day. Anything that your body doesn't use, it will flush out in your urine. So biotin, for example, is a water-soluble vitamin. So people will say, take as much biotin as you want. If your body can't use it or process it, you're going to pee it out, so it doesn't matter. And we'll get into that debate later, but that is to a certain extent true. Water-soluble vitamins are going to go into your body. Whatever your body uses, it uses, and whatever it doesn't, you're going to pee out. Fat-soluble, on the other hand, are going to be stored inside your tissue, and they stay in your body. They tend to stay in your body for a longer period of time. So vitamin A, for example, is something that is fat soluble. Once you take it, if you're taking over the daily value recommended, which is 100%, it will stay stored inside your body. And what that means is that vitamin A can reach levels that it's called toxicity. So once it's reached this level, it becomes toxic. There's actually too much of it in your body. It can't be processed and it's being stored. This can lead to problematic things such as, for example, hair breakage or hair loss or other imperfections or irregularities in your body. So be thinking about that. The reason why I say that is I went with my sister today to Whole Foods to pick out some vitamins for her, and she picked a certain hair, skin, and nail vitamin, and she asked me, can I use these in addition to my multivitamin? So I said, well, wait, let's check the label. What's in the label? Well, the hair, skin, and nail supplement that she picked already had 100% vitamin A. So I explained to her vitamin A is fat soluble, so that's already going to give you your full dose of vitamin A. So if your multivitamin that you're taking, let's say you got that at GNC or Target or something, also has 100% vitamin A. Now you have 200% of vitamin A in your body. That's not necessary. It's not beneficial towards your health, and it can start to lead towards other maybe health issues or something. You have to be careful about that. So I say that so that you can be educated about, if I take this multivitamin and I take one of these hair vitamins or I take something else, just think about what are the levels of each of these things in my body and how much is too much. Getting back to my point that I said about biotin, a lot of people take biotin simply alone as just a biotin supplement, and that works. But I also want you to think about, you could do research. How much biotin can my body process in a day? If it says that you can process, I don't know, 3,000 mcgs of biotin, why would you take 10,000 mcgs thinking that it's going to grow your hair faster? People will up the dosage by 5%, 10%, thinking that it's going to make it mega growth. It's not. It's not. I have a lot of friends that just take biotin. I have a lot of people I've watched. I love YouTube. I'm a fan. I watch YouTube. It doesn't make your hair grow any faster. What it leads to is things such as breakouts. What it leads to is your skin not being able to deal with that. You hear a lot of people say, oh, I took these supplements, or I took biotin and I had a lot of breakouts in my skin, or I was peeing a lot, or I had a lot of health issues. So think about that. Sometimes going overboard with something is not really worth it in the long run. Also, I just want to touch on the fact that diet is still so important. Don't take vitamins just to grow your hair and neglect your body, or don't spend the extra money on vitamins and not make healthy decisions about your diet, because that kind of defeats the purpose. So try to work towards having a more healthy and active lifestyle. Try to work towards drinking more water. With some of these vitamins, they say, drink a glass of water a day, and it's difficult. People do reviews about vitamins and say it's breaking my skin out or I don't like it, but then they say I don't drink water. That's not, you gotta drink water. If it, I know sometimes people don't like to, it obviously has no flavor, it's not good, they're not used to it, but you gotta drink water. It's great for your skin, it's great for your hair, it's great for hydration, and it also helps the vitamins to function and flow through the body. So you really have to make drinking water a priority. So I just want to go through some of the top vitamins that I think are important outside of the regular multivitamin system. So of course biotin, there's tons of videos on biotin. Biotin is great for strengthening hair, for promoting growth, for promoting healthy scalp. So biotin is definitely top in the list. MSM is also something that in my studies I found is very conducive to growth as well. Horsetail or silica is also very good for hair growth. Sometimes MSM and silica kind of get played down and biotin becomes the #1 top I guess supplement that people use, but also silica and MSM are very strong as well. Of course, you need to be getting all of your B's like niacin, your B12, you need to be getting vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin D. They all work together and link together to promote strong growth. In addition, things like copper, things like zinc, selenium, iron, these also work together to promote strong growth in your hair, strong scalp. You also have to think about the fact that these are tissues and blood cells underneath. The blood has to be circulating and getting the nutrients in order for the scalp hairs to grow. And it's kind of weird, I'll go into it later, but your hair is kind of actually a dead part of your body. The scalp tissue is what's growing, and that needs to be new. So you need to keep the blood flowing down there. You need to keep things working really well coming out of the root, which has to do with taking your nutrients. I also just want to make one point about how vitamins work in conjunction with each other. Like for example, vitamin C and iron work together to help the body absorb more B12. So you also have to think about the fact that, okay, B12 is essential to hair growth, but iron helps B12 to work. A lot of these vitamins work in collaboration with each other, I guess. They team up and work together, and it helps them to become potent and helps your body to process them better. So sometimes I say, yeah, you could take biotin, but it might just be better for you to take a supplement that has biotin in it, but has a good regimen or a good already pre-packaged list of nutrients that are going to work together in partnership for you to get the best results. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the description box for this video below each of the vitamins that I recommend that you should be looking for in your particular supplement and what they do for your hair. And that can give you kind of I'll call it a grocery list. So when you go out shopping, you can say, you know, Modern Respectable said, these are the things I should be looking for and these are what they do. I don't want to make this video too long or boring going like vitamin A, vitamin C. So look down at the description box, look at those things, and please look for my videos in the future where I'll be doing product reviews on all the brands that I've tried and all the pros and cons of those particular brands. If you have any questions, any concerns, if you disagree or you want to make a comment, please let me know and I'll be sure to respond. Thanks.